it was it was cool because at that point in time, you're coming up from developmental. You do the NXT show. It's kind of a not what NXT is now. It was a American Gladiators meets wrestling sort of uh, type show that nobody was truly thrilled about. And then we got guys. We all came up together for the most part. The majority of us through developmental and had known each other for quite some time. So it went from all of a sudden we're competing against each other to, well, oh, we get to be a team, kind of like we had been all along in developmental. And it was just one of those things. We had the right guys. We were put in the right situation at the right time. And again, everyone, when we were in the office with Vince and Michael Hayes and John Laurinaitis at the time, and it was essentially you guys have one chance to go out there and make this work. And just being young guys, everyone was hungry. All of us, none of us wanted to go back to developmental. Because once you get the hell out of developmental, you never want to go back. And it's one of those things, you don't have a lot of money. You're going to have an opportunity to make more money than you had up to that point. And so it was just the perfect storm. And it was one of those cool moments in wrestling that we all got to be a part of. And man, it was a great time. It was. I honestly can't. I don't remember a lot from the actual current, like, of being out there. I can't. It's. I don't know if it was just because we were all such in the zone, and this is just for me personally speaking, but I don't remember a lot from that night. Just outside of, I remember being in the office and that speech being told to us, and I remember getting to the back and everybody being really, really excited. And we, at the time, nobody knows, like, I know we had done NXT and done some matches, and nobody really, at that point, you don't come back and nobody's really excited. They're just trying to get the taping over with so they can go on to the regular show. And they come back there, and I mean, it was, we're like, wow, is this how it always is when you go out there and do something on Monday Night Raw? And it was a cool moment, man. And it was something I'm grateful that I was able to share that with the guys that I did.
And not too long after that, we were at an MSG show, and the crowd was nuts for it, and the buzz for it was nuts when you guys came through the crowd and were attacking everybody. It was one of those things where people were really, really into the Nexus, and it was definitely kind of like that next big thing, although they kind of squashed it a little bit at SummerSlam that year. But building up to it, the crowd was nuts for it. Do you remember MSG? Remember that night? Remember the buzz surrounding the Nexus?
I remember that actually fairly well. They actually had us come in, and I believe they brought us in SUVs. And I don't know if they had the tinted windows, but it was they brought us in, and we weren't seen by anybody there. It was like a surprise appearance that we were attacking, and I remember it was a really cool experience. And I think that was my first time in MSG too at that point in time. So it was. Again, I remember Jericho pulling us aside, and I've always gotten along like so well with Chris, and he's so honest, and he'll tell it like it is. And I remember he pulled us all aside leading up to that match at SummerSlam even, and he goes, just so you guys know, this isn't an everyday thing up here. You guys are getting an opportunity to do something that not a lot of guys get to do. You're main eventing. Some of you may never main event ever again, and that's been the case for some of the guys. And it was, and he was just simply telling us the truth to go out there, appreciate the situation, and go all out however it works out. And it was, looking back, man, it's crazy how your perception changes after you're around for a bit and you do other things. And then things that would used to make you nervous, you're like, oh my God. And it just changes as you're there over time. And you get more experience under your belt and you're in different situations. But that time, it was a really cool period of life.